Cool. Cheney was quick to say the administration needs Cool's help in Congress.
Randy stands 100% behind the men and women in the United States military. The President and I need Congressman Cool to help keep the economy growing and keep generating new jobs for America.
Cheney's visit is a big morale boost for the Cool camp, locked in a fierce re-election battle with Democrat Eric Massa. It also provides some much-needed campaign cash, approximately $100,000 by the campaign's estimates. That is a pretty big boost, about a sixth of what they have on hand, Don.
All right, and now what's the schedule of events right now? Pretty much, where do we go from here with the visit?
The vice president is on his way back to the airport. He's expected to be leaving town shortly, all told spending just about 2.5 hours here in Rochester. But a potent fundraiser, as we said, during that short time.
All right. Hey, thank you, Kyle. The vice president was met by protesters. Several hundred people rallied in Washington Square Park, then marched to the Rochester Convention Center. Protesters criticized Congressman Cool and his ties to the Bush administration. Aware that the vice president would never actually hear their demonstrations, they still felt the message was effective.
I'm here to protest, particularly the torture or torture light, whatever they want to call it. I'm here to protest secret prisons. I'm here to protest kangaroo courts in Gitmo. That's why I'm here.
The vice president was last in Rochester in 2003 at a private fundraiser where he outlined his case for the re-election of the incumbent White House team. He's already attended 91 fundraisers for midterm election candidates, raising nearly $40 million. Well, many Democrats are investing a lot of hope and money in the Massa campaign. Today, Eric Massa met with his supporters in Henrietta at Veterans Memorial Park. He believes Mr. Cheney's visit is a sign that Republicans are nervous about this race. As 13 WHAM's Evan Dawson reports, Massa is trying to contrast his campaign as one that is more accessible and open.
Democratic congressional candidate Eric Massa spent the afternoon cooking hamburgers for his supporters and asking for donations, not for his campaign, but for veterans outreach. It was his way of criticizing the vice president's visit that requires $150 for dinner and $1,000 for a photo with Mr. Cheney. Wouldn't you take $1,000 a photograph if people would give it?
If people want to donate money to this campaign, they don't need to sit back and have a photograph with me. That can be done anytime, anywhere. I don't put a price tag on accessibility.
Massa recently invited former presidential candidate General Wesley Clark to come to Rochester, but he says that is nowhere near the same as Cheney's visit for Congressman Cool.
There's a big difference between Air Force 2.5 swooping in here and buying votes of the member of Congress and people who have been almost lifelong friends of mine, like Wes Clark and Max Cleland, coming here to talk to veterans.
Massa has continued to make fundraising an issue in this campaign. He says he refuses to take any money from corporate committees, and so we decided to check the record. According to the latest financial disclosures, 2/3 of Massa's funding has come from individuals, whereas 2/3 of Cool's funding has come from political action committees. Tonight, Cool could raise a lot more thanks to the vice president.
I think that that's just outrageous, and I think it's pretty typical of what we've seen so far in the past.
Massa supporters will stick to their free burgers. In Henrietta, Evan Dawson, 13 WHAM News.